Hello crafters, this is Suzanne for Kat Scrappiness, and I'm here with our February mini release. It may be 3 dies here, but boy, these 3 dies are working hard to give you some fabulous cards and projects. You can definitely use these beyond just making cards. You can use them in your scrapbook layouts, mini albums, journals, tags, etc. And even though this says bride and groom, this die set, you could definitely go way beyond just bride and groom with the gown and the little guy. You could definitely have fun with all these dies in this release. Alrighty, crafters, let's just go right into it. Let's get started. So in this release, the Build a Cake die set, you can choose to do as many tiers as you want, which would be 1, 2, 3 tiers. You can choose to add this bow, and also here is the cake base. Let me give you a measurement of the cake base because this is the widest part. 3 1/4 inch wide by 5/8 of an inch. That's the cake bottom. Now let me show you my card. Oh, isn't that adorable? I love this so much. So much. Here I did all 3 layers. There is the cake base. So on an A2 card, look at that cake. But you play with this set because it's a fabulous set. You could put something on the top if you wish. This piece right here, these 2 pieces, that's the strip under the bow. So that gives more height to each cake layer here. I did use an embossing folder from my stash just to add texture to the cake. And here I'm playing with different shades of pinks, kind of a pink salmon colorway. On the back here, that's exciting too, just to pop the cake because I only wanted to use the cake alone. I didn't use the bride and groom. You can create a whole scene with this collection too. All 3 dies can go together to make a whole scene. I may do that in the future. So I have the cake here, but I wanted this to be more in that, pink with the silver and pop. So I pulled out one of the awesome stencils from my Kat Scrappiness stash. This one, Layered Bouquet 6x6. It's a 3-piece stencil set. I only used 2 of the layers. And the magic here, this color, that's that new Tim Holtz to create this background just on white cardstock. I believe this is Bristol Smooth cardstock. Kat does carry it in her store, so I will link the Bristol Smooth cardstock. It's easier for ink blending, okay? The trick here, and I will link the video with that tutorial so you can take a look at it. And it is a Kat Scrappiness video too, using another background stencil. So the trick is to blend with Tim Holtz brand new Lost Shadow. Oh, I am loving it. Look at that Lost Shadow. 1 layer of the stencil is just Lost Shadow by itself. 2nd layer, Lost Shadow. And because it's Distress Oxide, it does have properties like an embossing ink. You have to move very quickly with it. And I use the same thing I used in the previous video. Wow Halo embossing powder. This is a glitter embossing powder. So I sprinkled it on and heat emboss it. And isn't that fun and fabulous and modern? I love it in this Lost Shadow gray color. Not too dark, not too light, but you can see it. Look at the pop and fun with the cake. And then I had this background done, had my cake done. And then I was like, it needed something else, just a little foliage. And this is with the stitched foliage die. Love this die set. So even on something like this, it adds that touch, like that decoration without going over the top, because I kept it in matte silver foil cardstock. Here I have shiny silver foil cardstock, a treated silver cardstock that I got from a craft store, and then the cake. So the cake is still forward and popped up, but everything else is like these different shades of gray. And then the sentiment, love you in black, that comes from the love you word die with shadow. And instead of using the shadow, I just used the love you alone so then I could stack it. And what you're seeing as the embellishments, this is Kat's Clear Enamel Dots. I love this little card. So this is a fabulous top folding A2 card with the cake. And on the inside, I do have a sentiment. Each one of these cards has a sentiment. This is all using another timeless stamp set. This is the Friendship Greetings stamp set. So here I did the floral on the top and the bottom. That's right there. And you mean so much to me. All of it heat embossed as well. Clear embossing powder and black pigment ink. Love on this pink cardstock base. So it's love you. Open it up. And then it says, you mean so much to me. And I love this background so much. Expect to see it again. But I will link that video. Like I said, that shows you how to use Distress Oxide with embossing powders to get nice effects. Super easy, quick and fun, and definitely gorgeous. So bouquet, build a cake, winner. This set here, another winner. Both of these cards feature the last two die sets in this release. We have the bride and groom and large Qbert quilt. I love the name Qbert. Remember the game? Now, if you know what Qbert means, we all know how old we are. Qbert is a video game from back in the day with a little, I think he was an orange guy that used to jump. That's the Qbert shape, okay? This is an A6 die. It measures 4 3/4 by 6. So you could keep it here as an A6. You could go larger, take your trimmer and bring it down to an A2. That means you won't get the stitch detail, but you will definitely get the Qbert texture. So it embossed when you run it through your die cut machine. I want to show you something quickly about Qbert. So I have Qbert here on both backgrounds at full size. If you run it through just your die cut machine, this is on 65-pound cardstock. So you can see that you get the embossing lightly. Take your embossing mat, and what you do is you tape this down onto the cardstock. Cut it first and then run it again with your embossing mat, and that will give you this deep detail. If you want to go just a little bit deeper with it, this is on black cardstock. You see the detail? The Qbert? Look at Qbert. This one, more Qbert. With splatter. Okay? So I was enjoying playing with backgrounds. This panel die really inspired me to play with more backgrounds. I didn't use it on this one. I was really enjoying backgrounds and then using the dies foreground in terms of the cake and the gown and the tuxedo or suit. In my case, I went suit. Okay? Fabulous. And I love that it's oversized, so you can go either vertical or horizontal, still have room to play. Her dress does fit. I have another example. This is supposed to be Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I had to have a theme in my mind when creating, okay? But you see how the gown fits, and the cake could be here. Now let's talk about the bride and groom die set. Does it have to be bride and groom? Of course not. If you take a look at our Instagram hop, which will be tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, if you complete the hop, you like, leave a comment, you can get a prize, but you will also see this die done as traditional bride and groom. I decided to go differently because I knew that a lot of the design team was going to do it as bride and groom. I wanted to show you that you can take this set from just wedding. Like if you look at it and you're like, oh no, I'm not getting that because I don't have anybody getting married. It's great if you do have somebody getting married. You can make cards. You could use this on tags. If you are the mother of the bride, you could definitely have a lot of fun with this little set on all sorts of decor for a wedding. Beyond that, I was thinking younger. For those who have daughters who love to be a princess, here is the gown for princess, because you can definitely see it. I did say Belle from Beauty and the Beast. If you have a teen who is going to any formals, quinceañera, prom, etc., here you go again. You can have fun with this die set. So this one I would call my Saturday Night Fever. Can't help it. I have to have a theme to work by. Used an embossing folder. Did some ink blending. Here he is. That is John Travolta. His suit. I didn't do white though. I was thinking about the white and black, but I don't know. I had gray in my mind, so I didn't do the white because I made her first. So I kept him gray. And on this, you have the options here to turn it into a real formal tuxedo style. I decided to make it more like he is going out. He does have a little bit of glitter, but he's still casual, cool in a club or somewhere like that. Formal or something. Younger person. So this is like a t-shirt underneath, and it's not like a buttoned up shirt with the collar. Love, right? And let me give you a quick measurement on him. John here measures roughly 4 inches tall, The width, 1 3/4. The girl, she could even be Olivia. Think of if Grease went to the prom too. 3 3/4 by 3. Okay. And then here, this little bit, that creates that waistline. What I did up here by turning it into a halter, I used one of John's necklines, that particular one. So you get different looks. You get more casual, and I think this one is the more formal. This one, I just cut in half and then put it here as a halter. Isn't that fun? You can play and design. Now, I know you guys are seeing this and you're like, but that's not here. I'll tell you how I did that one. Super easy. I could have added this trim, but I wanted to show you the die by itself on one card. We have Qbert. Then I wanted to separate our couple from the Qbert, and I used nesting deco frames. In particular, this second die in the set is a perfect, as you can see, completely centered on Qbert. Party going on in the background. I did use a lot of Aqua AB jewels here, and because it's on the silver, it turned a different color, it turned more blue. Love that. I use one of the jewels here. Now here, this is what actually started me on this stamp set. I needed a sentiment to go right here, and I did "You Are Beautiful." And then you open it up. You mean so much to me, XOXO, right there. Use the big flower and the small one. Again, heat embossed. Isn't that fabulous? Love this little set. I tell you, friendship greeting. She's on every single card here. Isn't this fun? And you could use your embossing folders for this to add texture or not. So now here is the gown as the gown can be intended. Now you see the neckline is different, right? That neckline is this die right here. So you put this behind here, like so, with a piece of tape or glue, and she'll look like that. This style, which is great. It's like a sweetheart neck with a little bit, or you can leave it the full sweetheart and then that halter. Love, right? Have fun and play. Again, Qbert background. This is now like your quinceañera, sweet 16, formal birthday. That was my thinking on this one. And I was thinking of going like this with the bell, but I decided no, she's young, she needs glitter in her life. So I decided to go with the glitter. So here I use this cream glitter. As a matter of fact, this is actually matching my daughter's prom dress back in the day. This colorway. And it was like a cream with the silver, yeah. So I did this, and I did this shiny cardstock, 1, 2, 3. It's like a textured shiny cardstock. Isn't that fabulous? And happy birthday. That's the happy birthday word die with shadow. In the background, cut it out in white, did black acrylic paint splatter, silver mica splatter. Still needed something, so I brought in some silver glitter sequins mix. Just put the sequins throughout. It's a party. It says happy birthday. Brought in that gold foil cardstock, staggered it from that black cardstock. And then here is some black glitter foam that I used to die cut happy birthday. Isn't that fabulous? It just makes it young, youthful, and fun. And then on the inside, this now is white embossing powder. And then did the "You Mean So Much to Me" XOXO with the happy birthday. Isn't that great? I just love this so much. To get this bottom piece, all you do is take a scrap of cardstock, run it like so. Take a pair of scissors. It's that easy, seriously. And you go snip, 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 snip in a shape. And for some reason, it works. What you do is you line up the bottom of it, of the die cut here. But see how I could either go thinner or thicker, and it still works. When you cut it, put it on here, go, okay, you can't go straight across. It's going to look weird. You just cut it at that angle, freehand. This is all freehand. There is no die cutting for the top half, just that bottom bit. And it makes that 2 thumbs up. So if you wanted to add something to the gown, you could definitely add that little trim by using this same die. Love. Alrighty, crafters. I just wanted to hop on and introduce you to this awesome mini release, which you can get a lot of fun out of these die sets, especially if you have a little princess. She wants to be Belle, This is the die set for you. You can use it for anything beyond weddings. Have fun. Sweet 16, quinceañeras, almost definitely. Even if you do have a wedding and you want to do something for the bridesmaids and make a gift, then you could do the gowns in that colorway and put it on little tags and give them a gift bag or little cards, and do that too for bridesmaids as well. Oh, just love all of this. And the cake. Definitely winner, winner. With or without the bow. And try that technique. Love this. That could have been over here as well, but I did want to play with Qbert. I love the name. Alrighty, crafters. Everything will be detailed and linked below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you give this a try, and I hope you can see this beyond just always being bride and groom. Have fun with this one. She's a winner. And he is too, in the background. I'm kidding. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. So I guess this is not Saturday Night Fever. This is more Grease. Okay? Alrighty, crafters. Take care. Bye.